Here with Chrissy P Money, Night Rider Fishing Channel. And Chris is going to do a bag dump. Behind us you see a bunch of gear, and he's going to show you what he carries.
So this is pretty much everything that I carry on one of our camping trips, our hikes, anything like that. So I guess first things first, we'll get started off with is our boots. These are new. I just got these before the last trip that we did to Keeney Swamp State Forest. These are Under Armour hiking boots, 8-inch. They got the Under Armour hover technology in them. They're super comfortable. They're fully waterproof in about, I'd say, 4 or 5 inches of water. I really haven't taken anything up to have water get to the tongue to see if they're waterproof there. But the webbing does come up here to about the 6-inch mark on this boot. So love the boot. Definitely excited to get them on some more hiking trips, more camping trips, and see how they perform out there. But all in all, so far, very comfortable.
Nice looking boot.
Nice looking boot too, yeah. Nice camouflage. They come in, I think, 3 or 4 different shades. You can get them like a black and gray. You can get them more of a desert camo, and then this is more like their woodland camo.
I like
so, good boot.
Oh yeah.
Best thing I've purchased so far. They're about $200.
Woo, boy. Okay.
I came from a different boot, and I won't mention the name or brand of it, but they were a 6-inch boot. They were advertised as waterproof or not. I got very wet wearing them. They cut into the heel a little, or just on the ankle a little bit, and they were $60. They were off of Amazon. They just weren't great. It was definitely a case of you get what you pay for. Next thing we'll take a look at. Let me close it so I don't lose a couple things out of here. But this is my bag that I carry with me. So it is a Kelty Redstone 70. It is a 70-liter pack. It has a ton of pockets and storage in this thing. So put that down and show you guys some of the features of it. So it's got this front pocket here. I carry a pair of mechanics gloves in it for sawing, axe, anything like that. I mean, I very seldom put them on. They will be okay in like maybe a 40 or 50 degree camp if your hands start getting a little cold as well. But I keep a pair of those stuffed in the front pocket so they're quickly accessible. Next thing I got is a little piece of the life straw that I just kind of have stuck in there for quick access. Little extra carry bag. I'll usually put some of my stuff I'm not worried about getting wet in here. Just a couple quick things on the outside, maybe stuff like some snacks and stuff in here when we go on the trip. On the outside pocket so that I can quickly grab and snack during the trip. Then I have the quick pouch for my life straw. This is a Sawyer squeeze water filtration system. This is like a quick one if we're hiking and we come across a nice flowing stream where the water's already pretty clean. I'll run them through this, and then I have the straw inside another pocket in here. And lastly, on the front here,
whoa,
we got a little folding saw. It's a pretty cheap one from Walmart. It's not very long. That's probably the main drawback. This is good for getting, like, I'd say nothing more than like a 2-inch diameter branch off of a tree. Kind of like a pruning saw, basically. But it's good for grabbing the quick ones off of there. But, I also found that something that thickness we can usually snap off of a dead tree anyway. So, hasn't gotten a ton of use. Probably going to get a new one. But keep a couple
nice looking saw.
Yeah, keep a couple carabiners on here, just so I can clip any excess stuff to the outside of the bag. If I got like a water bottle, I'll usually clip my top of my neoprene bottles, which are inside. I'll run in and grab one of those really quick towards the end. But I carry 2 neoprene bottles with me. Usually one, they'll both be Nalgene, yes, thank you, Nalgene bottles. I will keep both for my drinking water to start the trip. So I'll carry about their 2 liters of water with me to start off. Once we get out, one of them is usually a hot water bottle if it's colder out like this last trip, hot water bottle, boil some water, toss in the sleeping bag. James, you got to test that out this time as well.
Save my ass. He's the buddy with the extra Nalgene bottle. That's why I got one.
It is a huge difference maker.
Oh, I slept all night. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you sleep like a baby when you got that. Off deep woods, because I hate bugs. I don't like ticks, I don't like mosquitoes, I don't like flies, none of that stuff. So I have the off Sportsman deep wood, sweat resistant, active one. Protects against a bunch of different stuff, including ticks. There are quite a few ticks in upstate New York and the surrounding areas. So, and last trip we went on, there were ticks that carried Lyme disease. So, very important to carry this on us.
He's got the big can, so that tells you something.
Yeah, don't like bugs. These are straps for your hammock. So they're tree straps. You got a long end, which is the other end of this thing that goes around the tree, and then you have loops every about a foot, I'd say, to hook your carabiner for your hammock onto. I've used them probably, I don't know, a dozen or so times now, maybe more than that, 'cause we used it on the trip out in California that I went on quite a bit. Some of the stitching started to come apart on this one because this is my most frequently used one, but these are, I think, $8 or $10 at Walmart. So for what I've gotten out of them so far, not bad, because I can always reuse them. Toilet paper and baby wipes. You know why.
If you know, you know.
Deck of playing cards.
Yes, bro.
Gotta have them.
Can't stress that enough, man. That just wasn't something we were bringing. We were bringing more gimmick items in the beginning. I mean,
yeah,
a deck of cards, killer.
Gotta have something to do while you're out there, you know. At end of the day, you might get bored if you're out there for a few days. So a deck of playing cards, like, you know, poker or spades or whatever with your buddies is clutch.
Killer.
This is a Codman's multi-spice little spice jar. So these are at Walmart as well. This was, I think, $4.99. It's got salt, paprika, curry, cayenne, garlic salt, black pepper in it. It's pretty lightweight. It weighs about, I don't know, there's an ounce of seasoning in it, and the jar itself might weigh a couple of ounces. It's pretty lightweight.
Nice to have. We've used that on all our steaks, right?
All our steaks, vegetables, fish.
Yep, everything.
Charger. This is for the power pack that I carry. So I'll use this to hook up to a solar charger to recharge a power pack. Just in case you got a day where we don't get a lot of sunlight or we're in somewhere that's very shady. I got the power pack charged up. Another multi-spice kit, it's almost empty.
Yeah. You know, when you're out there, I think you naturally become a foodie.
Yeah, I mean, especially if we catch a nice fish, you know, I've been a foodie since I was a kid. My father opened a restaurant when I was 8 years old, and our Italian background, we like to eat, and we don't like to eat bland food. So I'm getting the fish, just getting hit with a little salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika. You know, we're getting down.
Yeah, we're eating.
These are awesome. These are Zip fire starters. One of these things will burn. I've never really timed a burn time on it, but I gotta say a good 5-10 minutes.
Oh yeah, and it'll burn in a direct thunderstorm.
It'll burn in a thunderstorm.
Could be a lifesaver.
I've even intentionally gotten one of these wet and it's still lit. So these are awesome. I try to keep a handful, 4, 5, 6 of them in my pack at all times, so that if we're in a wetter climate, you know, this will give you a flame for 5 minutes and it will catch some wet twigs on fire and get
Every
the fire
time.
started. Every time.
Every time.
Hence another one at the bottom of the bag there.
I think those are a Walmart snag too.
Yep. I always keep a couple of packs of hot hands. So I have, these are 2 hand warmers. I have like 3 or 4 of these stuff down in there. You know, same thing. And then I do real estate for a living, so Premium Mortgage. Shout out Premium Mortgage. Amy Bell, go see her. This is the power pack here, so I mean, I use it on the trip. It's empty right now, but this thing charges up in a matter of a couple of hours. It's got USB connectivity to it, so I plug my iPhone right into this thing, and it'll give me a full iPhone recharge off of this little slim profile power pack.
Super gnarly.
These are little S-hooks. I hung on to them just in case I ever needed them for something. These came with the straps for the hammock. I don't use them. I just hook the carabiners onto them. I have a couple 250-pound carabiners. I'm about 150 pounds soaking wet, so the carabiners serve their purpose for me. I've never had an issue with them. That's everything in there. There's a little plunger, Sawyer cleaning plunger for the that squeeze bag that I showed you guys.
That one's actually for the Sawyer straw.
Yeah.
So when you're done with it, you back flush it, cause they can stink up on you.
Yeah. Another pack of hot hands.
Dude, hot hands can save you though.
Yeah, hot
they can
hands
save you.
Also, they make some of these that go in your shoes specifically. You can throw a hot hand in your shoe also, but they make one that's like it kind of just sticks to the bottom of your sock with a little sticky side on it. They also have the same for like body patches. Those were, when we did our camp where it was about, I think it got down to 8 degrees with a -4 wind chill Fahrenheit. Those were clutch. I mean, hot water bottle and those, I actually woke up and had to peel a layer off in my sleeping bag because it was, you know, my face was a little cold right here where I had the sleeping bag closed up around me, which I'll show you guys my bag that I use in the cold weather in a second, but you got warm wearing that. So. And then I also have a pair of like medical grade scissors in here as well. So this goes with our med kit as well.
Can I use those?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I have this atomic beam flashlight.
Thank you.
It does a very large circle and it'll also tighten up into a little square around you. Shine on myself so you guys can see that. So it's adjustable. Pretty cool flashlight. Very bright.
Super bright. I've seen them using it at night.
It takes 3 AAA batteries.
Kind of a drawback, but
yeah,
would have been super nice if it was rechargeable.
Yeah, rechargeable would have been meant. I do have a little blue rechargeable one, which I keep in my dry pack, which I'll show you guys in a second. Nothing inside the big pocket of this right now. It's basically a gigantic stuff pack. So usually the sleeping bag goes in first in the bottom, followed by a couple of other things, which I'll show you guys, and onwards from there. But, the Sawyer Life Straw is
That's
right
it.
here.
So that's what the plunger hooks up to.
Yep, your plunger hooks up to this. Your bag also screws onto this too.
Yep.
And then squeeze out this side, water comes out this end.
I like Sawyer. I think I was probably one of the original ones that grabbed one and
Yeah,
over
I
the
grabbed
light.
it from James grabbing it.
Honestly, it was that or the Life Straw or the Red Cross straw. I grabbed the Sawyer. I
There's
like them all though.
There's a little pocket in the back here. It keeps a couple of essential things in it, so little mouthwash, speed stick, deodorant, an extra lighter stuffed in there just in case I lose one. Some Tums just because I'm prone to heartburn, and especially when we're out there, we drink a lot of coffee, a lot of tea, we eat a lot of red meat. I'll get heartburn pretty easy from it. A little travel size tube of toothpaste. Some toilet paper. This is a paracord wristband that also has a hidden striker in it. It'll shoot a little spark off it like so. It's just hidden right inside the tip of the buckle, so cool little tool.
Seems more like a gimmick than useful. The paracord seems the most useful on it.
The paracord is definitely the most useful piece of it. I'd be curious on one of them little fire starters though, if a short spark would actually light one.
Probably.
And that little wristband came with my set of cooking stuff, which is in one of those tubs there. We'll pull it out in a second. And then it also came with this little multi-tool. It's got a bottle opener, a little serrated saw blade on it, a little measuring tool, a little sundial tool on it. Cool little thing.
That reminds me of...
Same thing, it's kind of gimmicky. I don't know if I would ever really, besides the bottle opener, I don't know if I would use it for much.
It's a gimmicky. You wouldn't even probably open a bottle out in there anyway. But
No,
unless you
usually
brought
bring-
something nice.
If we bring a beer, it's usually a craft one and it's usually in a can.
Yeah. That reminds me of my... Don't roast me in the comments, but it's my you know my plastic card, Chris, that I used the sun.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay. Yeah, that reminds me of that. Shape just like that. It's the same size as a credit card. And I tell you, it burn a hole in something.
I guess that thing would be a cool little thing to keep in your wall or something. I keep a little extra knife in there in case I lose a knife when I'm out there, but it's just a little snap-on knife. I used to be a mechanic, so I got a whole snap-on box over there. This is a little knife that they gave us. It's pretty small. I think from tip to the end it's probably, I don't know, 5 inches. The blade's probably 2 or 2.5 inches. Just a little blade, a little spare blade. Never know, you might need one. That's about it in there. There's another little tube of toothpaste in there for an old trip. That's it in there. Just stuff this stuff right down here. And that's it for the pack. It's a good pack. It's adjustable in the back. There's a bunch of different straps on them. It's called a perfect fit. You can adjust these up and down. Your shoulder straps will also actually come all the way up to here by adjusting the straps here, and then there's an adjustment down here to let these in and out so that you can slide these up. I have it fit to me, so that it sits on my shoulders. This piece here sits right in the small of my back. This comes nicely around my hips and sits on top of my hip. I have, I guess, fairly long legs for being 6 foot tall, so I kind of have high hips. My hips sit up high, so I wear the bag up a little bit higher so that it's comfortable on me. But nice thing about this bag is that, you know, pretty much anybody from like 5'10" to probably like 6'8" could fit this bag comfortably. Somebody shorter might have a hard time getting it fit to where they want it, but you know, it's been a good bag for me so far. And this was about $110 at
And that's been through the ringer.
yeah, that's been
Been
through every
through the
trip
ringer,
that we've
bro.
done so far. So
It's been through the ringer, man. It's a good bag.
next thing here that we got, James wore these last trips. He probably showed you guys the exact same ones when he did his bag dump, but pair of gaiters. These are Amazon find, I think.
We bought 3 pairs. One for you, one for me, and one for Nicky P, the gap tooth fella that ain't around no more.
Yeah. I got 2 pairs here because I think Nicky P ended up buying his own gaiters during the winter trip that we did.
Yeah, I saw it.
These came in clutch during the winter trip. I did not get snow in my boots at all. They were amazing. So I got an extra pair of them.
I wear them all the time because I thoroughly enjoy the comfort, and it just takes a lot of wear and tear out the bottom
you know
of my
you'll
pants.
keep bugs out of your stuff. It'll help keep water out as well, for sure. They're not fully waterproof, but they are very water resistant. So if you step into a puddle quickly, they'll probably help keep you dry. And it's got a tight fitting elastic band at the top.
This model is waterproof.
This model is waterproof?
It is waterproof.
Oh,
Show them the inside. This model actually is waterproof, which you got to be careful because you will sweat and it will condense. But this model has Gore-Tex on the interior of it. And the real reason why I enjoy this gaiter a lot, it's got a true leather strap and a true stainless steel braid for the underfoot strap. And it saves the bottom of all your pants and the tops of all your boots. If you're like me, if you tuck your pants into your boot, it saves it all.
This is an Ozark Trail insulated sleeping pad. This isn't my main sleeping pad that I rock with. My main one's right there inside that bucket. I'll show you guys that one. It's an inflatable. It packs a lot easier, obviously, than this thing. This thing's huge. I do have, show you really quick. If I do bring both, because I know it's going to be cold out, I do have these straps here on the bottom, which are super adjustable. Pulling out. That I can fit that sleeping pad inside of, and I'll hang on the bottom. You know, it makes for it being a little cumbersome, but I did forget a part in the bag. Little dry pack. Keep a couple of things dry on the trip. I have in here my sunglasses case for my shady rays, hard case so I don't break them. Pair of hot hands, they stay dry.
Bro, you're really surprising me with the amount of hot hands you're carrying.
I keep a few of them on me. You never know when you're gonna need them.
Oh my gosh, it is turning out to be a lot more than a few.
A couple extra lighters in the dry bag just so they don't get wet. And these, in case
Love it.
of a windy day,
Love that.
these are UCO storm-proof matches.
Bro, those matches can stay on fire underwater. We'll show you a video.
Yep, they got a little cotton to protect the top of them.
And uses tinder.
They got 2 extra striking pads on them. So these little striking pads actually slide right out here on the bottom. You can slide a new one right in. And these things are windproof, waterproof. You can hold them underwater and keep them lit. I have tested them during like 25, 30 mile an hour winds, and they are fantastic. They do work.
And that was a rainstorm.
Yep. And
one match got the whole fire started.
The whole fire started. They burn for, I'd say, a good 45 to 60 seconds before you get down here. So you got plenty of time to hold it there to get something lit. Fantastic purchase. These were like $7.99 at Walmart. They got a little waterproof O-ring on them in case the package drops into the water. They're in a hard plastic case.
And then when the matches are gone,
mm-hmm.
you re-up and you fill that case again and again and again. You don't re-buy the case.
These I keep in the dry pack. Like I said, they kind of get wet and still work, but I keep them in the dry pack just because. And these little dry sacks are just Quest dry bags. I got a 3-pack of them. Come in a couple different sizes. I keep my food in another one, and then I keep clothes in the third. The big one I keep clothes in. They're not intended for submersion. They're intended to keep it closed. You gotta roll them at least 3 times to keep water out. I usually give them a couple rolls, squeeze the air out, and then tighten them right down so that it packs up small like that. Tuck this stuff back in here real quick. Just a couple little essentials to keep dry. I'll also keep usually an extra flashlight in there too when we're on a trip. And then they just buckle up like that and store real nicely in this top pocket so it's nice and accessible in the bag. I almost forgot those.
Who makes the bag, Chris?
Quest.
Nice.
The name of the brand.
Nice. Where'd you snag that?
Amazon. I think the 3-pack was $17.99, $18.99. We just roll up like that and stay nice and dry. So keep that right in the top pocket. Last pocket up here is pretty much all paracord tent stakes, and that's where that last one was supposed to be at. Strap. So I have some heavier duty paracord that I will use for my ridge lines. It's probably overkill for ridgeline. I can get away with this skinnier yellow one. I just rather go overkill and make sure it's not going nowhere and coming down on me. I got a couple different brands of stakes in here. These are aluminum ones. They're super lightweight. These are also aluminum. They're also very lightweight, but these got the little hook on the top of them. These will go a little bit deeper, obviously. They're about 2 inches longer than the hook style ones. And they have these little ties on them that I can slip a stick through to pull down on it for tension. I'm not James might know the name of it. I'm not exactly sure what that style of knot is, but I'll throw a stick through to hold it tight.
Press it?
To press it, thank you. And that's all I got in that bag, in that pocket. That's all just my paracord and stuff like that. I keep it on the top, and I'll usually keep my tarp and stuff on the top of my pack so that my first thing I can do in case it's raining is get my ridge line set up and get a tarp up right away.
Dude, that's so awesome. That is awesome, bro. Nice. Killer.
Oh. Forgot to stuff this guy with. And then my hammock straps are in there too, so I can quickly get that set up as well. Also, just a side note, bag's not waterproof, water resistant. I will usually, when we're hiking, I just use my last one, but I'll do like a lawn and leaf bag. If it's a downpour, we'll just throw them right over top. Or if I have an oversized poncho, I'll just usually put it over my bag as well so it stays dry.
That's what you saw on my dump. I usually try to keep an extra poncho in case a buddy needs it.
Because I'm notorious for forgetting it. This is another sleeping pad style. It's a warmer weather one. So summertime stuff like that, I'll use them. But like I said, I'll usually just run that insulated one, the inflatable up top. This is for when I take the family camping and we're not going somewhere that's super far from the car. But this little Ozark Trail 6-person tent, it'll fit me, my wife, and I got a 2-year-old and 6-year-old. We can all fit in this comfortably and have plenty of space. So this has served me well. I've used it dozens of times and it's been good. Start with this guy. This houses my cup. It's an Ozark Trail cup. It is metal. You could technically put this in the fire. I don't, just because I like keeping my design on there. But my coffee cup, my tea cup. If I make oatmeal, I usually eat out of this. It's kind of like a multi-purpose cup that I use for all of my drinks and everything. Got a little atomic beam, same brand as that flashlight we showed you earlier. It's a little lift-up lantern. That's our main lantern that we usually use at our campsites. It's pretty bright.
Right. Look at it.
James. It's also magnetic, so it will stay up there. So if you were next to something metal, you can just kind of, smack that wherever, open it up, and have light. And then I got the Stanley boiler cups. So I got 2 of them. We used it pretty heavily on the last trip, but this is pretty much what I'll boil all my water in. It's I want to say a 20-ounce capacity on this, maybe a little bit more than that. It actually doesn't have any measurements on it.
It almost fills the Nalgene bottle, almost right to the cap.
Maybe 24, 26. It doesn't. My only drawback of this that I would say that I would want to see on something like one of these is to have the stamped measurement lines in the side of it.
Wow, that's really neat.
It doesn't have any stamped measurement lines, and I guess the main reason I'd want that is I do quite a bit of dehydrated meals when I eat for my trips, which we'll get to shortly. I got some right there. So if I had the measurement on there, it'd be a whole lot easier to know how much I'm putting in there, because most of those meals require somewhere between 10 to 13 ounces of water to rehydrate them.
Maybe we just put a stamp in it.
Yeah, so I'm kind of guessing. I guess I could always put it in my Nalgene bottle, because the Nalgene bottles have measurements, and then pour out of that into my thing. But also stored inside of here, it's a Yuko knife, fork, and spoon combo. So got a little butter knife, serrated knife on there. It will work for steak and stuff. I've tried it for steak. Got a spoon on the other end, and it's got a fork on the other end. And then it kind of just all clips back together, snaps in, stays all as one. Very easy to pack.
Super nice.
And then it does have 4 little holes in the top piece. Probably hard to see that on the camera, but there's 4 little holes in here if you did need a strain, like if you had like little twigs or sediment inside your water that you got out of a stream or something like that. That's the way to do it with this. So, stuff this back in here. This collapses down nice. Usually when we go out for a camp, I try to consolidate. So that in there. I have an extra little metal spork. It came with this actually. I'll consolidate my space. The lantern happens to fit in there perfectly, so that I can pack things in together nicely.
Dude,
I'm all about trying to save space. I'm not terribly worried. That pack, you can put quite a bit of weight on your back and be comfortable with it. So, I mean, James can attest my packs are usually around 40 pounds. Because I tend to bring some creature comforts with me. Stuff all this stuff back in. Also shout out my wife for all my nice little storage containers so that I can nicely store all my
Emily, you rock.
Next one. This is a must-have on our camping trip. This is a Hydra Peak insulated French press for our coffee. In the past, we've done instant coffee. We had this on our last trip. James and I are big coffee drinkers. James, how was this for our last trip?
Oh my God, bro. If you got a friend that will pack this, because I won't. I love coffee, but I'm putting instant packs in there just out of principle. If you got a friend like I do, shout out to him, man.
Yeah,
do the right thing.
I'm willing to bring this with me on the trip. It's not light. This probably weighs, I don't know, what do you say, a pound?
Oh my God. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not light.
That's a pound all day.
It's a good pound. It does make, again, for a nice tool though, because with this extra space, you know, lighter, a knife, a flashlight, or whatever packs inside of this, and I can consolidate space that way. So that's how I packed it last trip at least. And then cleaning wise, this thing twists on and off for easy cleaning. It's also dishwasher safe. So all this can go right in the dishwasher. A little coffee left in there from last time. Has been to the dishwasher. Tuck back in there. This is one of the other Quest bags. This is my food one. This is a 5-liter bag. So I won't carry all my food in it, but I'll stuff a few of them in here. My coffee, my stuff like that, just in case we get wet. Because this last trip we did do kayaking to get to our camping location. I'd say we kayaked about a mile to get there.
Yo, check that video out.
Check the video out. It's a longer video. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. It is awesome. It was a great camping trip. A lot of fun. A lot of good laughs and ghost stories. So definitely check it out. But one of the other dry bags, this came in that 3-pack. The last one is actually down in the basement. It's a larger neon green bag. Got washed with my clothes when we got back from the trip. Real quick side note, I'm gonna step off camera for 1 second. These are Columbia winter hiking boots. These are awesome. I wore these on our winter hike. I don't know how well you guys are gonna be able to see this on camera, but these are like thermal insulated boots. I think these have 600 or 800 grams of insulation in them. They're pretty lightweight. They're super comfortable. They are waterproof. And they were warm with a pair of wool socks on. And we were in some pretty cold weather for that trip.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if any of you grew up during that time when your mom said put some bags on your feet and you run outside and inside of your winter boot you had some bags on. That's what I did and it worked. But if you got Columbia money, that's a whole new level.
The boots actually were only $90. They weren't terrible for what you get. Back to the previous topic. I hate bugs, right? we talked about it a while ago. Bug net. This goes entirely around my hammock and completely covers me and keeps the bugs off of me during the trip. Necessity for me. I didn't wear it on this last trip. It was cold out. We really didn't deal with any bugs when we were out there. This was a new purchase for this last trip. This is something I'm really excited about. We used it on the last trip. It worked fantastic. I may have sold James on getting one of these. We'll see. But another life straw. This is from a company called Membrane Solutions. This is an Amazon purchase, $36.99. Comes with a life straw, which is good for 2,000 liters of water before you have to replace it. Comes with a tube with a clip on it to stop the flow of the water, which works great. I was a little skeptical on the clip working. It did work good. And then you have a 1 gallon membrane bag. You fill it up with water, you roll it down a couple rolls just like you would on one of the dry bags, and it is a gravity fed water filtration system. You hang it up in a tree, you connect your hose down here to your little nipple on this the bottom of the bag, open up your lock on it, and you are gravity filtering a full gallon of water. You can hold the water in here, clip it off if you only have to fill up the bag a little bit, which is what we did in our last trip. You just hang it right from a tree. Strap's adjustable to adjust the adjust how much you got hanging down there. And this was fantastic, super easy to use, super easy to clean after the trip. Really can't say enough good things about it. So, in my opinion, a fantastic purchase. Something I will use time and time again. Shout out some of my favorite YouTubers, the Outdoor Boys. I picked up that idea from them. I noticed he uses it on pretty much all of his camping trips, and I decided to try it out, and now I can see why. Next, let's get down to what I eat when I'm out there. I keep a few of these on deck. Mountain House Adventure meals. They are dehydrated meals. These things have a incredible shelf life on them. This one is good until October of 2053. Alright, it is good for 30 years. I will be 60 by the time this meal expires.
That is amazing.
So they come in a very wide variety of flavors. This is fettuccine alfredo with chicken. I have beef stew in here. I have chili beef mac. I think in the house I have a chicken fried rice, beef stroganoff, biscuits and gravy with chicken in it and sausage, chicken dumplings. They do breakfast ones. I will say the eggs, they're not great. I don't eat them. My breakfast on a trip will usually consist of oatmeal, and maybe keep a little bit of dried fruit in there, like raisins or dried cranberry or something like that.
I can't eat. No shot at Mountain House, but I can't eat that dehydrated stuff that you buy at the store. I don't know. It don't sit well with me. I'm not used to it, and I can't get behind it. So Chris, he told me the other day he's thinking about buying a dehydrator.
I am. Shout out another one of our favorite outdoor YouTubers, Xander Budnick. He dehydrates his own food. I've seen him dehydrate things from chicken pot pies to Alfredo sauce.
You were telling me about the pot pie video. I've yet to see it.
It's a thing of, the Mountain House meals, as convenient as they are, they're not cheap. They're about $11 or $12 per meal that you buy. So if I go out on a trip for 5 days and I need to bring 2 a day for me, I'm $100 just in my food haul. So if I could dehydrate my own stuff and cook at home, there's a lot of money to be saved there.
What about the waste that comes from it?
The waste as well, those bags are not biodegradable. You can't burn them. You got to carry them back out with you. There's one drawback of those bags. They're almost like not foil, but like foil lined bags. So not great in the waste department. Yeah, you do have to carry them back out with you. It is a little bit of a pain.
Yeah.
So I'd much rather have to carry out just some gallon Ziploc baggies that I had my own dehydrated food in, that I can dump into a pot with water, as opposed to these. You have to seal them and then wait and then stir them and then wait another 5 minutes and then you can eat it out of the bag, and then the bag's all disgusting and gross. I'd rather drop my dry ingredients into a pot, and then I just have to take a gallon Ziploc bag and stuff it back in my bag. Next. The Quest dry bags from Dick's, not Amazon.
Okay, gotcha. You know, I know what's in there, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is by far my favorite piece of Chrissy's gear. I'm super jealous. This right here comes from NP Fishes. If you want to check him out on YouTube, I'm sure he'd be happy for that. A buddy of ours that used to come by showed him this brand, and when he opens it up and shows you inside of it, it's over.
I believe NP got this from Corporal's Corner.
That's it, man. Dude, he was so hot on Corporal's Corner, bro.
This Arcturus rainfly. And I just noticed too, Xander Budnick, a lot of his outdoor coats, stuff like that, all Arcturus.
There you go. There you go.
This thing has served me very well. You can use it as a ground tarp. I use it as my rain fly. It is camo on one side. It is a emergency blanket on the other side. It also doubles as an emergency blanket. Obviously, this aluminum foil looking material is very good at reflecting heat.
Dude,
James and I did a basically bunk bed style setup. If you guys watched the other video of our camping trip, James slept the first night under his own tarp, hanging from a different tree. He swung over underneath mine for the second night. James can attest to the warmth being underneath this thing. I run like a lean-to style basically. I try to keep my top fairly flat over my ridge line. I prop a couple sticks up to keep the top up, and then I run the bottom side, the back side, right down to the ground.
But tell them how you bring the front of it up and close to the fire.
Oh yeah, I bring it right up close to the fire.
It's got holes in it?
It's got holes in it. I have to do some patching to it, but I mean, I've used it several times without having patched it yet. So I bring it up pretty close to the fire. You get toasty warm under this thing.
Change the game, man. You start putting these things together, and it's like, but is it 16 out there?
Yeah.
Is it -4? I can't tell.
James can attest, on a 30-degree night, we were quite warm and toasty underneath this thing.
Chilling. I
had no problem at all being cold during that trip. And this thing's huge. It's 12 by 10.
Oh, dude.
It's a massive rain fly. It covers my entire hammock, head to toe, and about a foot on each side. I don't get wet. I've been in a downpour with this thing. I've been in the snow with this thing. I stay completely dry and warm. This thing is fantastic. Great heat reflector.
If it was more malleable and it could be packed down tighter, I'd get it. It's just you need so much room in your bag to carry that.
It will. I do have a stuff sack for this. It was a little bit of a pain getting it back into it, so I stopped using it.
I feel like that would be better if you folded it up flat and put it against your back.
That is exactly how I pack my bag, actually. So my sleeping bag goes in the bottom. This sits up against the back of it, and I can stuff things in front of it. And then any skinny items like my sleeping pad that's in there, I'll stuff right inside of it. You know, it packs in pretty nice when you do it that way. Reason that I remember my sleeping or my dry sacks came from Quest. Quest makes a smaller version of this pillow.
That's a pillow?
This is a pillow.
You carry that big of a pillow?
Yeah. So James knows I have some.
Oh my God, bro!
I
don't look inside your hammock.
Yeah,
I can't believe you've been.
This
What
thing's
the
closed
heck? That's a nicer pillow than I got in my house.
See that thing?
Oh my God, what thing?
So
Me get my own.
James knows I have some neck and back issues.
Yeah, he's a chicken head.
I've been going through some issues with headaches and neck aches and a lot of tension issues for a number of years. Have been leading to headaches. So I invested in a good pillow because I do not wish to re-aggravate.
Bro, that is so
anyone,
nice, bro. I cannot believe I've never seen that.
It stuff's in here
There's
nice.
so much stuff that really, it's kind of amazing how much stuff goes in that bag.
Yeah, I bring a few creature comforts with me. I mean, do I need
How come you leave that thing on there?
What's that?
The tag.
I just haven't pulled it off yet. This is a new pillow. Just bought it.
Oh, okay.
I had a smaller one.
Did you bring that one on the Keeney?
This one was on the last trip, yeah.
Okay.
This one was on the last trip. That's what I bought that one. I bought this before the trip. I had another Quest pillow. It was smaller, thinner, and 2 days before the Keeney Swamp trip, I'd actually had a procedure done. I had trigger point injections done. They had to do about 20 steroid injections into the muscles in my neck and back. So, didn't want to undo the good work that they did because those have been working fantastic. So, bought this to make sure I stayed somewhat comfortable sleeping in a hammock because my chiropractor was not thrilled when I told her I was going on a backpacking trip 2 days after getting my procedure done.
You know what, too? Some people take that when they're laying in the hammock, they put it under their knees.
Yep.
It breaks that leg lock they get.
Yeah, that's another thing too that my chiropractor taught me. I sleep now even in bed at home, pillow in between the legs. It keeps your spine and everything in alignment the right way.
Yeah, I've always run a pillow in the legs.
I also run my hammock pretty taut, so that
super taut.
Yeah, so I stay pretty flat. Don't like my feet being above my head. It gets super uncomfortable. You wake up, your knees hurt, your hips hurt, your back hurts.
How do you keep your sleeping pad still? Everybody here wants to know. All 97 of you, because I noticed we got another subscriber, I think yesterday or so.
That is shout out to my boss's girlfriend, our office manager at work, Ginger. Thank you for subscribing. She subscribed the other day.
No way, dude, Ginger. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We do put a lot of effort into this. Not when we're working, of course.
Not when we're working, but when we're playing.
You know, because right now, Ginger, it's after 10 p.m.
So, this is an equipped two-person hammock. I'm a pretty small guy. This thing's awesome.
Shout out to Equip, I rock 'em.
That it's two-person. Underrated way that I stay warm during the night is because this thing is so big.
Oh yeah, you do the flip thing. That's right.
This pouch that this hammock is in is the pocket of the hammock where you can put your phone, your flashlight, your knife, whatever you're carrying with you. So I will put my phone or something slightly heavy that has a little bit of weight to it in the pocket and pull it over the top of me and kind of cocoon inside of this. It helps keep the wind out. It helps keep the cold out. I noticed in the morning when we were down in Keeney, when I uncocooned, I was freezing. But when I was fully cocooned in this thing, I was warm as could be. And with the fire next to me,
well, you were just living it up. The way everything was working out.
James can attest, when you put your hand on this thing, on the side of my hammock, it felt like it was about 95 degrees.
Oh, he was big chilling.
I was roasting.
Big chilling.
Put this off to the side. Oh, almost missed this. This is a black diamond headlamp. I bought this new for the trip. It is, I forget how many lumens. 250 lumens? It's pretty bright. It gets the job done. Sleeping bag. This is a Best Sport, Besport. Best Sport 10-degree bag. It is a mummy sack style bag. It's goose down. It is super warm. It does have inside the bag, it has a drawstring band that goes around your shoulders to keep you nice and warm and tight. You can also loosen it back up straight. And then around the hood, it also has a drawstring here around the hood section of it. So just like you're wearing a hoodie, you can pull that down pretty tight and get yourself pretty cocooned in. And when this thing's fully zipped up, you're only working with a small hole to breathe out of, and you're staying warm. So
Now, do you know if that's synthetic or is that down?
this is down. This is it's goose down. It's got a little pocket inside of it for your phone. And like I said, it's got the shoulder strap section. This is actually my favorite feature of it. It's got the hooded drawstring on it, but it's got the shoulder section drawstring to pull
Dude,
tight
that is
around
super nice.
here to keep the air.
Now, when you're laying in the hammock, would you say of anything, the only thing that would get cold would be your buttocks? Because it's compressed against the sleeping bag, against the sleeping pad, against the hammock. And then do you put your sleeping pad inside of your sleeping bag or on the outside?
So this is give you a quick Ecotech Outdoors Hibernate cold weather sleeping pad. I use this in all weather. It's just an inflatable sleeping pad. I'll use this in the warm weather as well. I haven't had an issue with being like too hot when using this.
That's a cold weather pad?
This is a cold weather pad. Yeah, I'll use it year round though. It's not bad in the summer.
What makes it a cold weather pad? I know the R value. I know
the
there's
R
an R value.
I guess there's an insulated layer to it.
Okay.
It helps keep you.
Because I know on my winter sleeping bag, what brings the R value to it is there's like foam.
Yeah, I don't really feel like I have any foam.
Yeah, that don't have no foam.
No, it's fully inflatable, but
I wonder if the inside is maybe reflective, like
maybe.
this. Like,
Yeah,
is this what makes this get an R value, or is it the
because
diameter?
the orange side, the side that you sleep on these, that actually funny you just said that. Put your finger inside of that. Put your finger on the top silver part now. It's substantially
much warmer.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's warmer
much
inside
warmer.
there.
I mean, just chilling in there.
Yeah.
On the outside, it's freezing, and that's just the top layer.
That top piece feels colder.
Goes down to the bottom, it's freaking 70.
Yeah, it's not. Wow, that answers our question.
Yeah.
That's vastly different. That's crazy. And it's not cold outside right now. It's probably about 55 outside at the moment.
I'd say closer to like 50.
Yeah. So that is really the extent of my bag dump, guys. That's probably about everything that I normally carry. Oh, you know what I did miss? I do have a little pocket, and this goes back to James talking about. I do carry another knife. It has a ridgeline blade. Well, I mean, I guess it's for cutting whatever kind of line. But
Let me see it.
I carry this when I'm fishing and everything.
Yeah, it's like a seatbelt cutter.
Yeah, like a seatbelt cutter, but I use it for my ridge line to cut it. It does have a latch here to flip that up. Nice blade. Not super sharp. My favorite blade to carry is actually one that NP585 got me. It's a Got my initials carved into it. I think it was.
It's our wedding gift from his.
Yeah, from when he got married.
When he got married.
And then I do carry. This is a. I wish I could tell you the Streamlight Stylus Pro USB chargeable light.
That's dope.
It's got a little USB port on it.
That's dope. Those are my favorite, man. Because when you run the solar charger,
it's pretty bright. It's not bad. This is She bought this on the Snap-on truck when I was a mechanic. That's where this came from.
Dude, back when USB chargers were hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody was big chilling.
That's pretty much my bag dump, guys. As far as the gear that I wear, I'll wear a base layer thermal clothing, like active wear during the daytime, kind of more like the spandex material, and then I'll wear more like a cotton, so moisture wicking when I'm walking around, and more like a cotton layer when I'm sleeping. I wear Wrangler, it's like outdoor active wear pants from Walmart. I think they're $20 a pair. They're flexible.
You told me about them.
They're flexible, they're stretchy,
yeah,
they have several pockets on them, zipper pockets on them, lightweight, warm. They're actually fairly warm as long as you have a base layer on underneath you, and they're breathable in the summertime as well. And then this is my go-to Under Armour vest, couple 2-tree burn holes in it.
You always rock it. Bro, that's on every trip you go on.
It's got
always there.
It's got little bands here to tighten down to keep it tight around you in the cold weather to keep the air out. So that's pretty tight on me now.
It's super nice, man. Now is that real down or is that synthetic?
This is synthetic. This was on sale at Marshall. I think I got it for like $30. It's kind of a steal because these are probably like $100 vests.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a killer snack.
Yeah. Very warm pockets on it. Zippers. Not sure what brand hoodie I'm wearing right now, but it's it was also Sierra.
Yeah.
The company that Marshall owns. It's their outdoor store. $10 at Sierra.
Dude, I snagged some stuff there too. Another place I snagged some stuff was Ollie's.
Ollie's got good stuff.
I did not know that you could grab a apparel there.
At Marshall's or TJ Maxx has good stuff.
Yes.
And then last thing, on the really hot days in the summer, or for fishing, these are pretty cheap. These were Columbia, the 15-degree facet hiking shoes. They got pretty good treads on the bottom of them.
That's a gnarly tread.
I think these were $60.
Yeah.
They weren't bad.
Yeah.
They're pretty comfortable. I got my wife a pair too.
Nice.
Great hiking shoe in the summertime.
Really?
Not water resistant, not waterproof at all. You'll get very wet. They're very breathable in the summertime to keep your feet dry.
Nice.
When you're sweating. So. And that's pretty much the bag dump, folks. Then we got the 2 Tamarack, Lifetime Tamarack kayaks in the back. James
Fishing
has
kayaks.
Upgraded version of mine, so he's got movable stirrups on his. Mine are molded in. They both have pole holders on them for your pole to sit in the back, as well as if you want to troll, they have a side pole holder that goes on them. And then, I'm always running a lose fishing rod, bait caster or spinning
Dude,
reel.
you actually got one of the
I have a
fishing-
YouTuber's fishing.
kicking their bass,
I'll
right?
show it off real quick.
Show
right
it
here.
off, dude. Yeah. And I don't know if this is the pole, but if this is the pole I'm thinking of, he caught Cotton Eye Joe on this pole.
This is a kicking their bass TV lose combo.
Yep.
He runs a I think it's called a G2 rod. and he runs their speed spool reel on here. This is an upgraded reel for what would normally go on this rod. Despite the fact that I am right-handed, I run a left-handed reel on here. I prefer to cast with my right, reel with my left. So it's a 7-foot pole. I love it. It's been great so far. I was new to bait casters last year. I always use a spinning reel, so running this has been fantastic. I'm a huge fan of it, and we'll be using it for quite some time. And then field and stream waders for the trout fishing and creek fishing in the summertime. It's quite a bit of trout, brown trout, rainbow trout in our area, so run that for those. James, any questions, comments, anything on any of the stuff that we went over?
I just gotta say, you rock. That was Steve and Christian. Matter of fact, as we're talking right now, Steve, one of my friends, one of Chris's best friends, he just was talking about planning a hike in a camp in June. So we need to get on that and make sure we get that in order at work and get the time off for it.
Yep, Floodwood Road. It's in the Adirondacks. It is a low maintenance road. It has some tent camping sites along there, but a lot of it's over 30,000 acres of state land in the Adirondacks, which allows primitive camping. There's a series of ponds and lakes and creeks and what have you in there. I mean, there's probably 40 bodies of water within that park, and we're gonna go up there, try to take at least a few days and go up. It's about 3.5, 4 hours away from here, and camp for a few days. Do a lot of fishing, portage from pond to lake to pond, and have a good time.
Always will use that word if you can.
Portage? Oh, yeah, dude. Shout out Xander Budnick. So, that's about it, guys. That's the haul. Nothing too crazy. Shout out Arcturus. Hopefully one day we can have Arcturus as a sponsor on our channel.
Yeah.
But I can't say enough good things about that tarp.
I know, man.
But,
if you're looking to buy ones, bite the bullet in the beginning and get quality.
No, it's a good pack setup. I will say I do love James's setup. Captain Joker's got the much more. He's much
Call of Duty style.
Call of Duty style. He's much more free. He's easier moving. He still can use his hands. He's got his weight distributed around his body. It's definitely more of like your survivalist. You know, if you were in, you know, a real world survival situation, you can still carry, use a rifle, have both hands free. You could get into hand-to-hand combat while wearing his pack and be fine. So mine's a little
as long as you're trained.
Yeah.
One of the things we're doing, and you'll see us grow, is we're training.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get criticism, well, you're LARPing. Well, whatever we're doing, we're practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're good at anything, you know you had to practice at it.
Yep.
And that's the truth.
Practice makes perfect.
And you'll never get perfect, but if you keep practicing, you'll be damn close.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer nothing's ever a 10 out of 10. There's always room for improvement on anything that you're doing in life. And if you keep that mindset, you will always be a student of whatever you're doing, and it'll always put you a step ahead of the next person. If anybody ever thinks they're perfect at something, you can outwork them at it, so, because they think they have no room for improvement. That's it, guys. I appreciate y'all jumping in Night Rider Fishing Channel, watching the bag dump.
Same.
If you guys got any questions, drop them down in the comment. If you have any questions about any of the gear that Captain Joker and myself carry, ask it down in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, we could use it. You can see the subscriber count.
Almost at 100.
Yeah.
Almost at 100.
Yeah.
So.
The dirty hard grind.
Dirty hard grind, but we'll catch you guys in the next video.